Every rule you've been told to follow feels like a chain. Every best practice shoved down your throat sounds like a slow trap closing in. It's exhausting, right? Feeling like no matter how hard you hustle, how many meetings you schedule, how many pitches you perfect, you're just paddling upstream. That world, the one that says play it safe, color inside the lines, don't rock the boat, that world isn't built for you. It was never built for someone like a founder who stares failure in the eye and smiles. Here's the brutal truth. Founders who break the rules don't just survive, they dominate. They are the ones who raise millions, build empires, and change the damn game forever. And here's why that's the hardest reality the system wants to hide from you, but you need to grab it and never let go. The world around us sells freedom like candy, but it's just sugar-coated chains. They say, follow the rules, play by the book. But what they really want is robots who never question, never push, never shake the tree so hard the apples fall on their head. Most founders are trapped in this cage without even realizing it. They chase what looks safe, what looks normal, and they end up invisible. You know what's worse? The moment you try to break out, question the process, do something different, you're branded the troublemaker, the risk taker, sometimes even the outsider. But guess what? That outsider is the one who gets the money. That outsider is the one the system secretly fears. Because they know if you break the rules, you're not playing with the same old deck. You're rewriting the game. Every investor worth their salt isn't looking for a founder who just repeats the textbook. They want the fire, the rebellion, the spark that sets their portfolio apart. They want the founder who doesn't just solve problems, they blow the problems apart, light new paths where everyone else sees dead ends. The more you insist on comfort and compliance, the harder it is to raise serious capital. The more you dare to question and disrupt, the more you become a magnet for real support. This is not hype, it's science wrapped in human behavior. When you break a rule, when you challenge the norm, you signal one thing loud and clear. You are not afraid to own your future. And when someone owns their future fiercely, money flows toward them almost effortlessly. Here's the secret behind that flow. It isn't just breaking rules for the sake of rebellion. No, real power comes from breaking the right rules at the right time. It's about knowing which old habits, which outdated laws, and which tired systems are weighing you down, and then bulldozing through them with a purpose so clear no one can argue against it. Founders who break rules well don't just ignore the system. They understand it deeply and then overturn it with precision. They know when to fight, when to pivot, and when to create something so radically new investors can't help but want in. They are the architects of new realities, builders of autonomous empires that don't need permission slips or approval stamps. If you've ever felt that raw urge inside, the burning tension that keeps you restless at night, the whisper that screams you were not made to live by other people's rulebooks, that's your inner founder screaming to be unleashed. That feeling is not your enemy, it's your compass. It points straight to freedom, to the life and business you crave. But here's the brutal catch. It requires destruction first, not just construction. You have to be willing to burn the bridges behind you, to shatter the illusions of comfort, to reject the safety nets built to keep you small. That's what real founders do. They don't tiptoe around how things should be. They bulldoze through should and set their own damn path. Rule breakers don't get funded because they are reckless. They get funded because they make the impossible clear to everyone else. They don't settle for what's possible. They show investors what's next. And investors chase vision like a hunter chases prey. If you want their money, stop asking, "Can I do this?" and start demanding, "When do I start?" This level of confidence can't be faked. It's forged in the fires of self-sovereignty and relentless questioning. You are either a sovereign or a subject. Investors want sovereigns. They want founders who wield their will like a weapon, who don't just fit into the future. They tear apart the fake present to make space for it. It's painful watching so many founders settle for scraps, trapped in cycles of rejection, seeking endless validation, desperate for acceptance from systems designed to keep them small. Comfort is a slow death for ambition. It's the poison that kills potential one small rule at a time. Every time you choose to play safe, you dim your light and move further from the capital and partnerships you deserve. The world is not made for comfortable people. It is made for those who burn with urgency, who are impatient with mediocrity, who scorn delayed greatness. Founders who break rules fearlessly embody this exact energy. They make investors feel that rush, the adrenaline of a new, unpredictable future where margins explode and markets reshape overnight. That rush is magnetic. That rush is power. And that power wins. So how do you break the right rules? First, become ruthless with your focus. Know exactly which stories you are telling yourself that are holding you back. Which rules are excuses, which are historic relics, and which are just comfortable lies. The second rule, surround yourself with the few who also burn. Isolation kills innovation. You cannot break rules alone. You need a network that feeds your fire, not quells it. And don't just seek supporters, seek challengers. Those who question you, stretch you, force you to be sharper, smarter, faster. This selective alignment creates an ecosystem where rule breakers don't just survive, they rewrite the definition of survival. Next, act like the future is already yours. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for a seat at the table. Build your own damn table. Invite the few who share your vision, and start reshaping the rules in your image. Investors don't fund what exists. They fund the future they can't yet see. If you're still trying to fit into their mold, you're invisible. If you're creating your own mold, you become a supernova, impossible to ignore. And soldier on with patience, because every founder's journey is a long game. Instant wins are myths sold to keep you distracted. The ones who break rules well know this. They focus on lasting influence, not momentary applause. They understand real funding comes from trust, and trust is won by consistent, wise, rule-breaking progress. This isn't a sprint. It's a continuous rebellion against the comfortable, the expected, the meek. If you're tired of watching founders who follow the same old playbook get shortcuts, while you're stuck pounding on closed doors, then listen up. The world doesn't owe you a seat. You have to take it. And that taking starts with knowing that rules are not your chains. They are your stepping stones. Smash the ones that block you. Keep the ones that help you rise faster and build a new reality on the wreckage. Breaking rules as a founder is not about being angry or reckless. It's about being sovereign and unstoppable. It's about transforming your entire mindset, your entire network, and your entire reality. It's about connecting with those who refuse to settle, building synergies with the rare few who dare to remake the world, and then charging forward with a force no rulebook can stop. Investors smell this. They can see it in the way you move, the way you think, the way you refuse to conform. The more you embody this, the more the money floods to you. Not because you begged, but because you own the future everyone else is still scared to imagine. That's power. That's freedom. That's why founders who break rules don't just get funded, they get unstoppable. So stop waiting for permission. Stop begging for approval. Break the right rules. Burn the old maps. Become the kind of founder who others can't help but bet their future on. Because you burn so fiercely, so relentlessly, so brilliantly that the only direction left is forward, unchained, and fully funded.